The Hasselblad X2D 10C has been one of the most talked about cameras in recent memory, especially in the world of medium-format digital photography. When it was first announced, photographers were buzzing about its minimalist design, its high-resolution sensor, and Hasselblad's promise to deliver the purest possible stills-focused experience. But hype can only carry a camera so far. After spending 2 months using the X2D regularly, I've developed a clear sense of both its strengths and its shortcomings. This isn't a technical breakdown filled with lab tests or charts. It's a reflection on what it feels like to use the X2D in real shooting situations. If you've been wondering whether this camera is worth the investment, or if you already own one and are looking for validation, this deep dive should help you decide. First impressions, a camera without gimmicks. The easiest way to describe the Hasselblad X2D is this: it's the purest modern digital photography camera I've ever used. It doesn't try to compete with Sony, Canon, or Nikon in the hybrid world of video and photo. There are no unnecessary features shoehorned in, no attempts to chase trends. Instead, Hasselblad has focused on making the best medium-format stills camera they can, while keeping the shooting experience clean and intentional. From the moment you pick it up, it feels different. This is a hand-built camera, crafted in Sweden with meticulous attention to detail. The body feels almost like a piece of industrial art, sleek yet solid, luxurious without being gaudy. The grip and ergonomics are nearly perfect. It rests naturally in your hand, and every button is within comfortable reach of your thumb or fingers. You don't need to stretch or contort your hand to make it work. Everything feels deliberate. The top of the body features a small color LCD display, which mostly shows white text, but switches to green or red when charging to indicate battery status. It's a tiny detail, but exactly the kind of refinement you'd expect from a luxury camera. The rear screen is one of the highlights of the design. It's large, vibrant, and hands down the most responsive touch display I've seen on any camera. Menus glide without lag, taps register instantly, and the color accuracy is beautiful. The electronic viewfinder doesn't lead the industry on paper in terms of resolution, but when you're actually looking through it, it feels like one of the best EVFs available. Even the diopter adjustment has a thoughtful design touch. It uses a miniature eye chart as a nod to Victor Hasselblad, the company's founder. The internal SSD, a feature every camera should have. One of the most underrated features of the X2D is its built-in 1TB SSD. While there's also a CAF Express slot for removable media, I've found myself relying almost exclusively on the internal storage. It's lightning fast, highly reliable, and offers plenty of space for the enormous files this 100-megapixel sensor produces. Once you've worked with an internal SSD, it's hard to go back to memory cards. It simplifies the workflow, removes a common point of failure, and feels like the future of flagship cameras. Honestly, I wish every manufacturer would take note and follow Hasselblad's lead here. Stabilization and low-light performance. Medium-format cameras aren't traditionally known for handheld stability, but the X2D has changed that perception with its in-body image stabilization system. Rated for 7 stops, it sounds almost too good to be true. In practice, it really delivers. I've been able to shoot handheld exposures as long as 1 second and still come away with tack-sharp results. That's remarkable for a camera of this size and resolution. The low-light performance also surprised me. With a 100-megapixel sensor, you'd expect noise to creep in early, but the X2D holds up beautifully up to ISO 3200. Beyond that, images start to get muddy, but Hasselblad's natural noise reduction software available in their Focus mobile app does an excellent job of cleaning files up, even at ISO 12800. The frustrating part is that this feature isn't available on desktop software, which feels like an oversight. A menu system done right. Camera menus are notoriously clunky, but Hasselblad has set a new standard here. The X2D's interface is clean, intuitive, and free of unnecessary clutter. Big icons, logical categories, and smooth responsiveness make navigating the system effortless. It's easy to customize buttons and dials, and even small touches like the ability to set very specific self-timer countdowns demonstrate how much thought went into the user experience. Paired with this is Hasselblad's Focus mobile app, which connects seamlessly without the usual Wi-Fi headaches. You can download full-resolution RAW files quickly, edit them in the app, or send them straight into Lightroom on the go. It's one of the best companion apps for any camera system, rivaled only by Leica's app. Image quality, where the X2D shines brightest. Of course, image quality is where the X2D justifies its existence. Shooting in 16-bit RAW instead of the more common 14-bit means exponentially greater tonal depth and color fidelity. To put it in perspective, 14-bit RAW provides around 4.4 trillion colors, while 16-bit RAW delivers a staggering 281 trillion. That translates into smoother gradients, richer tones, and far more flexibility in post-processing. Hasselblad's renowned color science is another key ingredient. Straight out of camera, files have a natural, film-like quality that requires minimal editing. Paired with the 100-megapixel sensor, the amount of detail is extraordinary. Cropping doesn't feel like a compromise. You can radically change a composition in post and still maintain clarity. Dynamic range is equally impressive. In high-contrast scenes, the sensor pulls details from highlights and shadows without falling apart, giving you enormous latitude when editing. Built-in crop modes like the cinematic expand ratio further expand creative options, and the ability to revert to the full native aspect ratio ensures nothing is lost. Lenses, the beauty and the drawbacks. X2D works with Hasselblad's XCD lenses, which are both a blessing and a limitation. I've primarily used the 38 volts, roughly a 30mm equivalent, a versatile all-around focal length that feels close to the 28mm I'm used to on Leica's Q series. The lens is sharp enough to handle the extreme resolution of the sensor, and when combined with the cropping flexibility, it covers a wide range of scenarios. The 20 to 35 volt zoom is another standout, offering versatility with equally impressive image quality. A unique feature of XCD lenses is their leaf shutters, which sit inside the lens rather than the camera body. This design allows for high-speed flash sync, eliminates rolling shutter, and improves long-term durability. Leaf shutters also create distinctive sunstars at wider apertures, something I personally enjoy. But there are trade-offs. Leaf shutters max out at 1 to 1000 second, which can be limiting in bright conditions or when shooting fast action. More frustrating is the cost of XCD lenses. They are extremely expensive, often backordered, and with virtually no third-party alternatives, you're locked into an ecosystem that requires significant financial investment. Some lenses also exhibit strong vignetting, though software corrections handle this effectively. The frustrations, where the X2D falls short for all its beauty, the X2D is not without flaws. Some are small annoyances, while others might be deal-breakers depending on your style of shooting. No joystick for autofocus. There's an obvious empty space on the back of the camera where a joystick should be. Instead, you can use the touchscreen as a touchpad through the VF or reprogram dials to move the AF point, but neither option is as fast or intuitive. Slow EVF switching, raising the camera to your eye takes about half a second to activate the viewfinder. If you wear glasses, the sensor struggles even more. Screen obstruction, when the rear screen is fully articulated for waist-level shooting, the protruding EVF partially blocks your view, which is distracting. Autofocus limitations, phase detection and face detection are included, but overall AF speed and reliability trail behind modern flagships from Sony, Canon, or Nikon. It sometimes misreads focus, showing in focus but producing blurry results. For a 100-megapixel camera, that margin of error is more noticeable. Battery life, adequate but not exceptional. Expect to recharge during the day, often via USB-C in a car or power bank. Shockingly, the camera doesn't ship with a dedicated battery charger, which feels cheap for a premium system. Speed. Boot-up time is sluggish, and continuous shooting is capped at about 3 frames per second. It's not built for action, but this will frustrate anyone used to faster systems. Who is the X2D for? With all of this in mind, is the Hasselblad X2D the perfect camera? Not at all. It's slow, expensive, and limited in features compared to cheaper full-frame flagships. But that misses the point. The X2D isn't trying to be a do-it-all hybrid workhorse. It's a camera for photographers who want to slow down, embrace the process, and prioritize image quality above everything else. It forces a level of intentionality that's rare in today's fast-paced digital world, and in return, it delivers some of the finest images you can create with a medium-format system. If you're looking for versatility, autofocus speed, or video specs, there are better options elsewhere. But if your priority is the experience of photography itself paired with extraordinary image quality, the X2D is unmatched. Final thoughts: after 2 months, I can confidently say that the Hasselblad X2D 10C has changed how I approach photography. It isn't a perfect camera, and in many ways, it's frustrating. Yet those frustrations almost feel deliberate, as though the camera is reminding you to slow down, to think, to compose carefully before pressing the shutter. For some photographers, this will be liberating. For others, it will feel limiting. Only you can decide which camp you fall into. But one thing is certain, the Hasselblad X2D isn't just another tool, it's a statement about what photography can be when stripped back to its essentials.